And I will next give floor to the distinguished representative of Canada. You have the floor.
Thank you, Chair. To begin, let me first note our recognition and appreciation of the excellent work and continuing leadership of ISDR and of SRSG Wallstrom. Let me also congratulate all Bureau members on their election. You each have an important responsibility to build positive collective momentum for our new agreement, and Canada offers its full support in this regard. For Canada, our interests and actions related to DRR are a component of our approach to resilience building and are twofold: strengthening the resilience of our country and our communities, while also ensuring that our international cooperation reduces disaster risk. In the lead-up to the Third World Conference, Canada looks forward to working through an inclusive, multi-stakeholder approach to build on the existing Hyogo framework, with an emphasis on finding pragmatic, action-oriented, and results-based approaches. In doing so, Canada will stress the need for ensuring that equality between women and men is embedded as a cross-cutting issue, and that we ensure a consistent focus on the most vulnerable. On monitoring, Canada welcomes efforts to build on the current system to support accountability and monitor progress. An effective system should serve as an instrument to encourage and support countries to embrace real, observable progress at both the national and community levels. It is our view that the eventual monitoring system should be based on best practices that have been learned over the last decade. This approach is consistent with the new direction for disaster risk reduction in Canada. While we appreciate the value of capturing a story of progress globally and regionally, as well as in country situations, we also recognize the challenge of developing global indicators that capture the diversity and unique circumstances of our respective communities. In light of this, the proposed global targets require further study, and their potential benefits need to be weighed against these limitations. Canada looks forward to exploring ways of developing a monitoring and reporting approach that is based on reliable data and does not impose an unwieldy administrative burden. A streamlined, collaborative, and practical approach to effectively capture and share data should be the goal. Canada recognizes that better coordination and coherence between the post-Hyogo framework, the Sustainable Development Goals, the 2015 Climate Change Agreement, and the World Humanitarian Summit is essential to their success. It would benefit all countries to take an integrated approach that builds resilience, and this should be reflected in all of these. Nonetheless, we have some concern with how the linkages between these agreements can be strengthened. For example, monitoring for the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change is substantially different from the one proposed here for our framework. In order for coherence to be meaningful, our colleagues within the UNFCCC and the SDG process must also build these linkages. Canada is ready to explore more effective options for better aligning the multiple agendas without prejudging their respective outcomes. Finally, we will look to Canada's National Platform for Disaster Risk Reduction, which is next being held in October 2014, to ensure that the opinions of our provinces and territories, our municipalities, and our communities are heard. This is imperative to advance our efforts on ensuring an effective global instrument for community-based disaster risk reduction. Thank you.
I thank the distinguished representative of Canada for his remarks.